Hello, I'm Gary Lyon and welcome to the 2014 wash-up for the Adelaide Crows. Damo, at times this team appeared a likely finalist, but in the end, simple. They just weren't good enough.
Yeah, they weren't, Gaz, and they failed when the games are at their most pressurised, and that's a damning situation for this club to now wade through in the wash-up to 2014 because they have the ability and they've got the personnel to be playing in September. OK,
there were some highlights through the year, and for me, it was the big man returning from the knee reconstruction. I speak, of course, of Tex Walker.
Yep.
Came back, Damo. He slowly sort of eased his way into it, but by the end of the year, I thought there were glimpses that he's going to come back as good as ever. He kicked 34 in the end, which I think's serviceable, but it was more about his lateral movement for me. It was how clean he was. And the other thing he did straight away was he gave them some presence in the forward 50.
Yep.
Started to just protect, got over, threw his weight around a bit, so loved him being back.
And always needed that year, when you do a knee for a big bloke, don't you? You always need the type of year he's had. So I think launching pad situation for him. I'm going to go with another forward, Gaz. A man who you just criticised ridiculously harshly at the start of the year. That man, Eddie Betts. He's now named that the pocket where he's kicking goals like that from is now named after him at the Adelaide Oval, Gaz. And he kicked 51 for the year, Gaz. And you led the charge against him at the start of the year. So he was overpaid and no good.
I did. I said that 600 was probably going to be too much for him. He's about a 450-plus player. You'd say 150 to get him out of Carlton.
51 goals, Gary.
So he probably
51 goals.
Yeah, I'm just explaining how he's justified the pay packet, Damo. I just said that.
It's a highlight.
So he did well. You take 50 every time from a small forward. So well done to you, Edward. Low light for me was the Tigers' loss when the game was on the line. They hit the front against Richmond, Damo. Look at that. 3.5 minutes to go. They hit the front. They fought back hard. This is where they needed to win. Would have snuffed Richmond out. Would have helped them, their cause, to get into the 8 immeasurably. They had the crowd behind them. Everything was pointing to Adelaide winning, and they weren't able to do it. So, again, not good enough. Matt just about summed it up that day. OK,
my low light is the captain, Gaz, Nathan Van Berlo, who went down with an Achilles injury. Look, I've only met him a few times. Seems a ripping guy and a really important player for that footy club. But the whole season was wrecked from his perspective. And I hope he can get back because he deserves another crack at it.
He's your sort of player, Damo. Very studious type. He's right in your hitting zone.
He's a good guy.
Also, the Adelaide Crows fans, stick around. Don't go wandering off. I mean, this is Melbourne. I was watching. I was enjoying it. 16 points. Demons don't win too often. Still time to go. As a Melbourne supporter, Damo, you don't concede anything.
That's a lifetime. 4 minutes of Melbourne game.
4 minutes in. So hang around, you blokes.
Yeah, you got to hang around. Gaz, Christmas bonus time. Who gets it for the Crows?
Well, we do this for every team, Damo, and this is one of the biggest bonuses that I've been able to put together. And it goes to Brodie Smith, who's a super talented kid who played off half-back and became so damaging he's won his way into that All-Australian squad. Wouldn't be surprised even if he makes the final side. Really skillful, works hard.
Did you know much about him before this year?
Yeah, I did, because I was at the OS where did some work there when he was there and he's departing here. Look at that leg speed to chase down that man. So, well done, good bonus, well earned.
Daniel Talia is my Christmas bonus man for the Crows, Gaz. Just really came of age, I reckon, this year. NAB Rising Star winner of a couple of seasons ago, but you know, now he's into All-Australian category and just a very, very good player. I would have given him more in the bonus, Gaz, had he not come up with that vomiting cat story in the court case he had for his speeding. But until then, it was going to be a full envelope, but now I'll just take a little bit out for
He's a classic player from us here in Melbourne, out of mind, out of sight, out of mind a bit. He's a lot better perhaps than the rest of us have come to realise. Maybe we're getting on board a bit late, but you were at the head of it.
Chopping block time.
Lewis Johnston. For me, Damo. They need some forward presence. He had opportunity when Taylor Walker left. He was a high draft pick. He hasn't been able to grasp the opportunity. In the end, went back to the sandful, struggled to hold his spot at senior level there.
Gone.
Off you go.
Yeah, I think the same will be the case for Jason Portpleasure, Gaz.
He's had injuries.
He has had injuries. He had a lot of injuries. But at the peak of his powers back in 2009, there was no better half-forward flank in the game. But unfortunately for the Porpoise, it is probably time.
Well, he can find a way, Damo. Don't count him out in trying to do something a bit different over summer to get himself up again. That might be a bit harsh. What do they need to recruit? Well, for me, the truck rutting has gone. Andy Houghton, sadly, that knee reconstruction. They need some support for your man Daniel Talia in the back half. So, not sure where that's going to come from, but I reckon they'd work pretty hard in the draft and trade period to shore up the back half. OK, to me, it's a little bit more simple than that. It's just a matter of winning the matches that they're meant to win and winning the matches when the pressure's on. Well, it's not obvious because that's what they didn't do this year. That's what they have to do next year. Brenton Sanderson, year to run of contract as we speak. A lot of pressure on him. Ooh, fair enough.
Need to win those early matches.
OK, up, down, stagnate.
I've got them going up, Gaz. I just think they will. I think they're good enough to
Hang on,
win
you just
those
said
matches.
the coach is going to under pressure. They can't win. They haven't got forward.
No, the question was what needs to happen. I'm saying that will happen, and as such, they will go up.
All right, well, I'm saying they're going down, Damo.
Okay.
So down they go, the Adelaide Crows, and a lot of work to do for a talented side, and they won't handle that too well in the town of Adelaide. So stand by for that. Thank you very much for that. That's the wash-up for the Adelaide Crows.